Hi everyone, today I'd like to discuss with you PETZ, ticker PETZ as in Zulu, because there is another ticker that's PETZ also, but with the S, like the normal spelling. So this one is the PETZ with the Z. And I want to discuss with you the company itself, why it's running in the after hours, and why I've been targeting this play for months, guys. So first of all, PETZ is TDH Holding Inc., which is a subsidiary that develops, manufactures, and sells pet food products for pet owners in China, Asia, Europe, and North America. It offers 200 products, which include 4 product lines consisting of pet chews, dried pet snacks, wet canned food, dental health snacks, as well as leashes, toys, etc. And the company sells products under the Pet Cuisine, Hum, and Chair, and various other brand names. It offers products to retailers and wholesalers and through e-commerce platforms. It was founded in 2002 and is based in Qingdao, China. So guys, one of the reasons that PETZ is down as much as it is, if you look at the one-year chart, is due to the fact that it's a Chinese stock, which has been beaten down bad. Just look at BABA. Now, it got beaten down so bad, guys, that this was trading for, like, literally change, like pennies on the dollar. And it had to do a reverse stock split. However, that being said, it was very beneficial to this company because it made the free float extremely small. Guys, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's somewhere between 4 and 6 million. I mean, it is tiny, 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 which means that it can run very fast up or down. So with that being said, I guess that brings us to why it's running after hours. And I'm going to bring up the filing for the reason for that. Okay, guys, this is the notification that was filed with the SEC dated on today, July 12th, 2022 via EDGAR, U.S. Security and Exchange Commission. And it came from TDH Holding, and it says, ladies and gentlemen, on February 16, 2022, TDH Holdings filed a registration statement on Form F3, together with the exhibits thereto, the registration statement under the Securities Act of 1933, as amended with the Security and Exchange Commission for the resale registration of 21,886,536, the company's common shares, the offering. Pursuant to Rule 477 under the Securities Act, the company hereby requests that the Commission consent to the withdrawal. Now, guys, that's the key because they just withdrew that registration statement. The company has determined at this time not to proceed with the offering proposed in the registration statement due to the fact that the selling shareholders who would have liked to register their shares for resale on Form F3 now can satisfy the term and condition under Rule 144 of the Securities Act, and accordingly no longer need the company to register their shares for resale on Form F3. The registration statement has not been declared effective, and the company confirms that no securities have been sold in connection with the offering. The company acknowledged that no refund will be made for the fee paid to the Commission in connection with the filing of the registration statement. However, the company requests, in accordance with Rule 457P under the Securities Act, that all fees paid to the Commission in connection with the filing of the registration statement be credited to the company's account to be offset against the filing fee for any future registration statement of the company or an affiliate thereof. Please feel free to contact Matt Schimmel, legal counsel to the company, with a phone number or via email if you have any questions. Thank you for your assistance to this matter. Sincerely, TDH Holdings. So guys, the big news and what all of this means basically is that the registration statement that they filed to do an offering, they've now told the SEC that they're withdrawing that they are not going to be doing any offerings. So that's fabulous news to the stock, especially with this tiny amount of a float, guys, because let me tell you, this stock is very heavily shorted, and it has been for a very long time. And there's a lot of shareholders who've been in here for a very long time as well. So I think that the potential for this to continue to run tomorrow and maybe even longer is very, very huge, or I would not bother bringing it to you. However, rest assured, at 4 a.m., who knows what's going to happen, because those little devils like to try to bring things down. The little devils being the market makers in pre-market, especially when, you know, they need shares. So we'll see what they do, but I would keep your eye on this 100% tomorrow. I'm going to show you what the chart looks like, and I'm very bullish on that as well. Okay, guys, we are looking at the daily 5-minute chart for PETZ, and as you can see, right, like few minutes literally after 4 o'clock, this just blasted off from a close of $2 and I think it was like 5 cents or something like that. But anyways, from a low $2 close to all the way up to like $3.20 approximately. High $3.22 actually. And guys, it came back down and it's forming a bull flag here. So my expectations is for it to dip slightly more, maybe bounce off this 50 SMA, and then bounce back to the upside. And I think that tomorrow we see the continuation. As you can see, the 50 currently is holding strong around 278. It may come up a little bit more, or guys, people might take note of this prior to 8 p.m. because it is only 7:15, and this may start to continue on up. I don't know at this point, but it could go either way. I mean, the volume's obviously died off. You can see the volume chart at the bottom, how it was, you know, substantially higher, and right now it's just teetering. But guys, this is a very bullish indicator for me, and I like how this looks. Okay, guys, before I end this, I do want to briefly bring up the 1-year chart just to show you. I believe the stock split happened somewhere around here where you see this little drop off, and there is a small gap fill there to the upside, guys. However, you can see this has been trading like basically flat for many, many months, guys. This goes back to January, and it had a massive sell-off. Now, again, these are all higher than if you saw this chart previously because it was a reverse stock split. So, but based on what the previous numbers were, guys, the high was $105. So when I tweeted out that this, I think that this has the potential to go to the double digits and possibly even the triple digits, this is where I'm getting my information from. I'm not trying to create FUD or anything like that. Now, me saying it could and it happening are two totally different things because a lot of things depend on that, guys. And remember, we have CPI data coming out tomorrow too. So people will be looking for a strong play, and it's potential that they could see the after-hour runs that it had and expect a continuation and pile into PETZ. It having the teeny float that it has could absolutely send this thing skyrocketing. Guys, according to Fintel, the short interest on this is 6.15%. But guys, I believe it's a lot higher than that. Even at that rate, though, there's 1.46 days to cover. And the off-exchange short volume has been 31,317 shares, which is 45.25% of the entire float, guys. So as you can see, it is continuing to be heavily shorted. The short volume is basically naked shorting, guys. So, interestingly enough, I think that this could have a decent sized run into it. We'll see. Let me see if there's anything else before I end this. Any shares available to short, and currently there are no shares available to short. The other great thing about this stock, guys, is that there is no options chain. So there's a lot of room to run and little room for them to hide, if you know what I'm saying. So this, as you can see clearly, no stock trades this way for this long without some major stuff going on, pinging probably back and forth between brokerage firms or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to accuse anyone, make any accusations, but just know that this is not at all normal. Not in the least bit, guys. And it has been going on for months, let me tell you. So at any rate, I think that we are going to have a potentially very big run coming in PETZ. But again, a lot of things determine that, and we'll see what happens with CPI, guys. Now, I mean, obviously, this is not like, you know, a Fortune 500 company, so it could do its own thing. But in general, what you should be looking for the CPI is if it comes down lower than expected, I would expect the market to rally and go up higher, because that means that the rate hikes are working and it releases the fear that we're going to get a rate hike higher than what we're expecting. Okay. If it comes out higher, and guys, I'm sure by now you've all seen on Twitter the leaked report with the 10 point something number, which I think it's supposed to be at 8.9 tomorrow. But again, don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure. That's just off the top of my head, because I know I looked into it, but I'm sorry, guys. I am dealing with a personal issue with a friend who's not doing well and is in the ICU, and I'm not myself right now. So I apologize if this video is not up to my normal standards, but I'm trying to get this information out, but struggling. So please don't quote me. Please double check, but I think it's 8.9. If it comes in higher, like that FUD that was actually confirmed, guys, that it is a fake leak, but you know, fake leaks sometimes can be manifested in just because it comes from reality, even though the image itself or whatever was fake. Who knows? We won't know till 8:30 tomorrow morning. But at any rate, that news information was not correct. But if it does come in that high, guys, you can expect the market to continue having a pretty decent sell-off, because they will have to account for the fact that we're going to get a higher rate hike than what was previously expected at the end of July. So that being said, number comes in lower, expect a rally. Number comes in at what it's at, guys, who knows? It's hard to say. That's when I expect to see an initial either pump or an initial dump, followed by something that comes back to the middle, followed by whatever the market decides it wants to do. Based on the sell-off at the end of day today, if it comes in at expectations, I would kind of expect it to trade either, you know, around the level or actually go slightly higher, just because that's what we expected, and it proves that things are not getting worse. So it's actually kind of bullish in my opinion, but you never know. I mean, it all depends on how Wall Street views it, not what our opinion is, but what the reality is. And we don't know either how much they've actually hedged for. So my guess is, though, that today they, based on probably the fake report that was being spread around, they, you know, probably sold off a little bit more because they were thinking that they needed to. Because if you listen to everybody from a few days ago, they were talking about how they expect us to start rallying this month. So it's yet to be seen. We'll see what the number shows tomorrow. Should be interesting. Guys, I have an appointment in the morning and I will not be around to let you know. So I just want to give you the heads up to please follow somebody else tomorrow morning to get that information. Because I won't be home until well after that comes out. And I'll be gone long before it comes out. So anyways, guys, that's it for PETZ tonight. I just wanted to bring it to you. Please keep this on your watch list for tomorrow. Look for a good entry. Again, looking at the daily chart, I just want to see if it did anything further. No, guys, it's pretty much staying around here. And as you can see, this is a nice bull flag. Like I said, expect it to dip just slightly more. If you can grab it on that dip, maybe right, you know, bouncing off the 50 SMA, which is coming up, guys, which would actually make perfect sense for the bull flag. Then, you know, if you can get it in that like 285-ish range, if you wanted to buy there, then you might be pretty safe. Sometimes it might dip slightly below, false dip before the breakout, and rip. You know, because usually this 13 will dip slightly under before it comes back up. But then also sometimes you see it, you know, not really dip too much, but just to let you know, there's my heads up. I think it might come down just a slight bit more. So anyways, guys, not financial advice. Please, you do your buying, you do your selling, you do your holding. I just tell you what I'm seeing in the charts, and anything can change. And like I said, with inflation report and CPI, well, the CPI number coming out tomorrow, you know, that will have an effect on the overall market. So you need to keep that in the back of your mind, whether you're trading PETZ or any other ticker tomorrow. Okay. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't already, please